For those who don't know, this is the Microtransaction extra episode that you get early, exclusive on Patreon. All right, but yeah, so they're talking because like people are thinking like, oh wait, they already did the Field of Dreams. Can't get what are you gonna do? Get Kevin Costner to do it every time, every year. So people are like, well, why not we just make the Sandlot game? They try to make a Sandlot kind of style. People are throwing that out there. And let's just say it's in talks, bro. And I'm all for it.
Yeah. Bro, I'm sorry, Field of Dreams. You're the Sandlot. Sandlot is the #1 baseball movie of all time.
I would have to agree, just because it is my favorite baseball movie. There's a close second, though.
What's the close second?
League of Their Own.
Okay, there's a close second. There's a close second.
That is a great
like, what
movie.
the fuck are you talking
Hanks,
about?
This is during the time, when the men were going to war, and there was no baseball, so the females had to sort of just drive the ship. And oh man, that movie's good. That movie
is good. The heart-wrenching scene when the male comes in.
Right.
Oh, bro, gets me every time.
Yeah.
Like,
I love
it's just that, like, the judgment, like, oh my god, it's just so many feelings. Like, what's happening, and it can't be undone.
Oh, you told me
the
guy coming with the letter?
To. The letter when your husband died, and this is going to somebody right before the game, and you're just like,
everybody's like staring, who's it going to? And then they give it to her, and she just breaks down. Dude, I feel so bad.
Oh, it gets me every time.
Great movie.
Oh my god. Bro, talking about it gave me goosebumps right now.
What was I gonna say? It's
There's no crying in baseball.
So it's funny. So, like, people will say that to this day. Like the announcers, like, there's no crying in baseball. What are you doing? Like if somebody's bitching about something, can we say on this episode since it's paid? No, still can't do it. Still can't. All right.
No, we're going clean.
Straight clean. All right. So let me write this one down. Never ends. It never ends.
Well, stop using profanity. It's an exercise, okay? And just know every time you go in there to edit the video, it's a sin. It's just your own sin. And I only messed up one time. You know what I'm saying?
I messed up 4.
Oh,
it's so funny. I say 4. Technically, it was 5, but one of them I put them together because I said effing S. I'm not gonna say the words, but you know. Anyways, whatever.
For those who don't know, who are just watching today's episode while Liquid is writing down his notes, we did an episode. We got a complaint from our youngest fan, Nathan, that we were using naughty words, right? So today we just decided, as today is our entirety of the day, that we're trying to keep it as clean as possible as a challenge to us, just to, work that muscle. Like, don't default on profanity.
Right.
Try to expound on your vocabulary.
Yeah, I think I think it's a good take. I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's great. I think it helps us. It reaches another demographic. On YouTube, when I edit these videos and I post them up, one of the options says, "Is this meant for kids?" And I always have to choose no. So I'm gonna be able to choose yes now. So it's gonna hit maybe a wider audience. Hopefully that drives some traction.
I'll play some what are the kids playing? Some Minecraft?
Minecraft. Yeah, maybe.
I've never played Minecraft.
Really? Minecraft is nice. Oh wait, hold on. Hey babe, what's going on? You guys want to see?
Hey
babe, come over here. Come into the Microtransaction. Hop in. Show you.
Pop in, Artie.
I can do it.
Boo.
Absolutely not. Can you say something? Guys, can you hear?
I can barely hear.
Here, look, the mic is right. I mean, the camera's right here, so you won't. Right here. Not too long. Go ahead, sissy. Oh, there's a hand. There's a hand.
That's a man's hand on it.
He said it's a man's hand, Chris. Okay. No. This is not the middle finger. Wait, it is.
It's not the middle finger?
It is. We're trying to be PG, babe. We're trying to be PG. Get out of here. Oh, there it is. That's edited. You see, this is the middle finger.
Why does her middle finger and her index finger look the same?
They look the exact same. I know. That's why she could get away with it. Here in your index. Index or is it ring? I thought it was same thing.
Oh yeah, this is your index finger. This is your middle finger. This is your ring finger.
Right. We all learned something. This is why you watch the episode. This is what you pay for.
What does Ani need?
She doesn't need anything. She just, I didn't think wanted to pop in because she heard us talking about A League of Their Own. Maybe she likes that movie.
Oh, no, it's a good movie.
It is
By the way,
movie.
tell Ani I sent her a song on Instagram. It's real good.
Chris has sent you a song on Instagram, and it's real good, apparently. Oh, that's why she came in here. That's the reason.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? You can tell us how you feel. Oh, she thought we were done. She thought we were done.
Oh, no. We were just taking a break, and I heard the song, and I was like, you know who might like this? Ani, and that's why I sent it to her.
Okay, so he thought you would like the song, so that's why he sent it.
So she liked it?
Did you like it? That's the big question. People want to know. She follows her on TikTok, so yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Who's her?
Yeah, who is her?
Forgot the name? Nobody knows the name. No name. Good old no name.
Good old no name, but it was a heck of a good song.
Yeah, she almost said it was good, just not good enough to know her name. Gotcha. No, that's what we're getting at, man.
I heard Ani in the background. Ah!
That's kind of what it boils down to. Oh man. Before Ani came in, what was I saying? Was I saying something?
Okay, this is what I want. If Ani doesn't want to be the camera, that's 100% okay. But we might need to invest in her in wearing a mask. So she can come on camera but not show her face.
If she wears that owl from the Batman Knights of the Owls? Dude, that would be funny.
Oh my god.
Or the VR headset, because we've seen a picture of her with a VR headset on.
Yeah, that is true.
So, that isn't one of the older episodes. Alright. Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying. It's not important. Oh, one thing. Back to A League of Their Own. It's funny because my personal trainer, we would talk about it, and he would say, like, when we were when we were working out, I'm like, man, this is tough. He goes, hey, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. I'm like, dude, you ain't lying. That's one of the best quotes I've ever heard in that movie.
Bro, I use that all the time, and I say that at work all the time. I was like, if being nice was easy, everyone would do it.
You ain't no kidding. But if not cursing on a podcast was easy, everybody would be doing it. I sure as heck can't. All right, let's go.
Yeah, no, it's definitely difficult, and I use the thing as running, and I like what I was telling people like what my schedule is. They're like, oh my god, I can never. And this is not even the conversation I had with you. This is somebody else at my job. Okay. And I was like, well, I'm like, man, that's hard. I'm like, well, the hard road is easy. Everyone would take it.
Right.
I was like, I'm trying to be better.
But it is.
Like, and I'm like, don't. And I told them to be perfectly frank. I was like, oh, I fail all the time. I'm like, but it's failing forward.
As long as you fall forward, I think you're in good shape.
Yeah, I'd rather fail trying to better myself than not trying at all.
Yeah, that's good insight. I like that.
Mm-hmm. That's just me.
Let's get into some questions. We're about
Liquid. I don't know what the hell's happening. Oh,
no, it's fine.
How's the place?
You know what's funny? I was gonna say because I was gonna use I used heck, but I was gonna use the HE double hockey sticks. I didn't do it.
HE double hockey sticks is bad word. We gotta use words like hecka.
Hecka. I just use heck. I don't give a hoot. I don't give a flying hoot. Anyway.
Don't give a flying hoot. That's a Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon. I'm gonna start using that. All right, so I got some questions I want to ask you, Chris. So one, and I don't know how long this is gonna last, how long the question will, how much I can get out of you with this question, but I got more questions, like Plan B questions. You know, like if we're pregnant and you want to get it, Plan B. Oh my god.
Liquid, bro. Okay. We're off the rails. This episode, we're gonna just call it. We're off the rails. Okay, Liquid. This is okay. Liquid, you're a wild boy. I'm trying to contain a wild boy. I can't do it.
Wild and crazy kids here.
Oh god,
that's good. That's dang good. All right. So
now he's dang it. Okay.
All right, so I was watching the Castlevania anime on Netflix. I like it a lot. It's got some problems, I feel like, but overall I do like it. One thing I did notice, the writing, in my opinion, is very poor. Okay, I think it's a little over too much. It's poor. I wouldn't say very poor. It could use some work, some sprucing up, especially after you watch, like, I don't know, some of the best writing in anime, like Attack on Titan. If you watch, I'd even say My Hero has some good writing. This one, not so much. I wanted to ask, and I still find it cool. Can something still be cool and have bad writing?
100%. 100%. Because. Okay. Now, Okay, there's a lot to this.
Sure.
Now, like, what is cool in what aspect, and what are you talking about?
Right.
Because if you want to go back, we can talk about '90s summer blockbuster movies. These movies are inherently cool. Fast and the Furious.
That's the first one that comes to my mind.
Because Fast and the Furious does it arguably the best.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's got
not good writing. These characters aren't rich. They become memes of themselves and deal in that realm. But it's still cool because it's silly and outrageous. The thing is, it's not about being cool. It's whether you're self-realizing. If you understand, hey, what I'm doing is ridiculous, I'm just gonna lean into it and just it is what it is. Then you have now you're cooking with some gas. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say the Fast and Furious crew steers into it? Is that what
Bro, I say they drift right into it, Liquid, is what I'm saying.
All gas, no brakes.
Bro, R.I.P. But no, something like just not everything needs to be well written. And honestly, that was a huge argument I have with Ivan. It's because he wants everything to be friend of the show, but not a Patreon, so fuck him. So the thing with him, yeah, he wants everything to be this amazing thing, and I'm saying movies, like in video games, have their places. Sometimes I don't want a Last of Us. Sometimes I don't want a rich narrative thing dragging me along where I have to be on some. And this is gonna be bold, Liquid. Sometimes I don't want a Metal Gear.
Yeah,
I know. I audibly. Baka.
If this was an anime, I'd be like,
Injured. Anyway, I just realized what I look like. I look like a weirdo. Anyway,
I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna zoom in on your face as you're doing those, dude. It's gonna be great.
Fucking lean into it.
F it. Hello?
I said F it twice already. Missed the first one, you clown.
Put a quarter in the jar.
But that's funny if that mic doesn't pick it up, so you just see me going. But where was it going? Like, but he wants everything to be some sort of like amazing, like theatrical experience, and perfect is a loose term. But you have to understand, sometimes we forget that movies, like video games, like music, is entertainment.
Right.
And sometimes you just want something to fill that niche of that entertainment you want at that time.
Sure.
It's like how I talk about like How I Met Your Mother is my favorite show. But is it the best show? Hecka no. No, not at all. But is it my favorite? Yes, because it fits that niche that I want when I'm watching it, and I feel like it does it at level 10. It's a me thing. So when it comes to like dumb writing, well, quote unquote bad writing,
right?
Even I don't want to say Fast and Furious is a bad writing because it's self-aware and it knows what it is. Like bad writing, you know when you're dealing with bad writing. Well, like when, oh man, I'm trying to think of something that was very poorly written.
I want you to watch the Castlevania. And I would like to get your opinion on that. Like I said, I think the action, the art, great.
Yeah, chef's kiss all the way around.
But the storytelling, like and it's not even so much. It was after season 2, because after the season, they started veering away from the game story, and you could tell they were given a little bit more freedom to do their own thing. It's like, here's a little bit of freedom.
How did it do once it had some freedom?
It didn't do bad. It still did great. But it's just like, that's when I'm like, oh, this is really going off the rails. Like, I'm like, whoa. Like, you could tell the difference. Like, oh, season 1 and season 2, like, it's like structured, and like you could tell it's like very like uniform, right? Okay. And then you got season 3 and season 4, which seems a little bit more all over the place. So like I said, a little more freedom, but you could tell, like, I guess Konami was just like, hey, you can do whatever you want, you just can't do it. We can't mess with these characters in particular. So you create your own characters that you can sort of mess around with, which is fine. I don't think it hurts the IP in any way. Let me make that clear. It doesn't hurt it at all. If anything, I think it does still add to it, actually. But it's still, when I watch it and then I listen to some of the stuff that they say, I can't help but scratch my head.
Uh,
And it's so funny.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this. Do you feel the more casual fan would have these same issues you're having?
I would think so, only because like it's just like define casual.
I've never played a Castlevania game. Would this bother me?
Okay, I still think it would. Yes.
So does it infringe on the rules that it's set for itself?
No, it's because it's like it's hard to say because like I hear the word rules and I think it has to go this way, and it's just like I don't. Not necessarily that. It's just like things that like even the main protagonist. There's something that he said specifically in the last episode I watched like 2 nights ago. I watched it with Ani. And it's so funny because I mentioned to her, I'm like, I don't think the I don't think the writing in this show is that good. She's like, wait, what are you talking about? And then as soon as I said that, he literally says something, and she's like, wait, what the hell did he just say? She double hockey stick. And she had to pause it. And she's like, wait, what the heck? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I just made it apparent to her where now she's looking out for it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's now saw it. And I'm just like, you see, this is what I'm talking about. And I think season 3 and 4 is littered with this. And I feel like I'm the only one kind of pointing it out for.
Well, to be fair, you haven't finished it.
Sure.
So you could be in like Act 2 when it's building towards something that could just be like, you know what I mean? That state of confusion. I don't know where you're at in the show. I haven't seen the show. Can't preface enough. I'm just thinking as a basic story.
Real quick, I just want to shut that down real quick. I have 1 episode left in the entire series. So just to give you an idea of where I'm at.
That still doesn't mean anything.
Okay, fair enough. Fair.
Yeah, because someone could be like, "Hey, dog, this last episode's about to get off the freaking rails."
Maybe it does.
I could also be 100% wrong.
No, and I have a feeling this last episode's going to set us up because we do know there's going to be a new series coming out of Castlevania, and it's going to be a different protagonist. I think it's his grandfather or grandson. I forget which one it is. But I'm excited for it. I'm still excited. I'm still, like I said, this didn't hurt it in a way that I feel like I can't watch it, where it's unwatchable. I don't think it's that at all. But it is a point where it's like when I hear sometimes they say certain things, I cringe a little. I can't help but cringe.
Oh, that's not good.
Right. So,
like I said, if narratively speaking, it's the thing is, you don't want to.
Let me tell you what he said first. Let me tell you what he said.
Okay, hold on. Spoiler alerts. I'll just listen.
I don't think it's gonna spoil anything.
I think spoiler alerts just in case. Okay, if you are watching Castlevania and you don't want to hear anything,
right?
We're gonna do when I do this again, or when Liquid does it.
Yeah, I'll wave around.
We'll both wave, and that's where you can just come back to us.
Right.
If Liquid remembers, maybe he'll timestamp it somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think it's spoiler heavy, but here's what he said. This is Trevor Belmont, the main protagonist, who's been there since season, right? This is what he said. He goes, "Yes, me and my ancestors, his family line, his bloodline, we hunt things." And he's like, "And you are certainly a thing." That's kind of where he left it. And I'm like, wait, what? He goes, we hunt monsters and things, and you are certainly a thing. He says something like that. And I'm just like, okay. It just really is like,
okay. The context matters, and I know you're talking about it, and I feel like you didn't leave anything out. But if it's just like monsters and things, if it's supposed to be a mysterious thing, like if I'm assuming you're fighting Dracula is something more, or this thing that's not human or monster, and it's this entity, then he's trying to build towards that. Then it could be, dialogue, it could be a variety of things. It's not like where they have to shoehorn it in.
Sure, fair enough.
It could be a lot of things, like without seeing it. I don't.
I know, yeah, it's kind of hard. It was kind of over a shot in the dark, but
no. Like I still think you did a good job, and it's like, that is interesting because I'm like, it could be very like limp.
Right.
Is the word I want to use, or like it could just be bad writing.
Like it sounded like it did not hit the mark. Like it sounded like not good. But
it sounds like a dub issue.
I think the people can come in now.
We're done. We're done. Yeah. Okay, we're back.
I don't know why I made a noise.
You're a weirdo.
I got more questions though. I don't know if that it, or do you have
Yeah, no. Honestly, I can be super nerdy and talk about narrative bullshit all the time.
The
Like
funny
ad
thing is,
nauseam.
I figured that question would spark a lot of conversation, and it did. We have about 9 minutes left. So, I just
I
want
get super dirty when it comes to story, and sometimes I feel like,
I had a feeling. That's why I wanted to
yeah,
ask this question.
I just want to say something real quick because I never get to say it out loud.
Please.
Like sometimes I feel self conscious about it because I feel like it sounds so pretentious. The thing is, I love stories so
Okay.
much because of Metal Gear and stuff. So I'm like, how do you make a story? Like, you know
Right.
what I mean? And so I love that bring in where I'm like, okay, I think about this and I talk about, like, honestly, I've been watching a YouTuber, totally not Mark, and him breaking down how to like write characters and how to make them proactive and reactive, and how, like, okay, now the character is a proactive character, so how do you make a proactive character in a defensive, in a reactive world,
I got
and
you.
how that conflict happens, and like stuff like that. And I think this stuff's fascinating, especially when you look back even further. Because I'm gonna get real nerdy and then I'll stop. Like, eventually, apparently at base core, there's only like 32 or 36 stories that humanity tells.
Oh, I think you
Like
told me about
certain
this.
archetype. Yeah, I told you privately. I don't think I told you on camera.
Right, right, right.
Um, so when you talk about that, and then it's just the building upon these initial 36, I want to say, stories. So like, I think that stuff is so fascinating. Oh, I'm sorry. It just sounds pretentious, and I don't mean to be pretentious. I just love having the conversation.
No, no, I think that's great. No, that's I'm gonna lead that into a random thing I learned the other day. So I've learned saying Bob is your, heard of it before.
Mm.
And I've heard of it before, especially in the show The Boys, great show. Um, um, the butcher, he would say it, and so Bob's your uncle, which another saying, it's kind of like saying like easy peasy, easy as pie. There you have it, that kind of thing. Bob's your uncle. So I plan on implementing that into my repertoire. How do you think?
Of your uncle?
How does that make you feel?
Right,
It's
you do it.
It's more of a British saying, apparently. I didn't know this.
Yeah, it's like when I was like, I had like a hot like decade where I was calling everyone love.
Oh, that's nice. I like that, dude.
Yeah, where I was like, hey, love, and you could say it to like older people, and then like girls you're talking to.
You say it to pirates too. I remember in Pirates of the
Yeah, you're
Caribbean
like,
they
hey,
said
love.
love. Hello, love.
You could say it to
Goodbye, love.
anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as long as you're not like, hey, love.
Hey, love.
Hey, love, come over here. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
And it's such like a casual thing. So I was saying that, but then everyone started copying me. Then I was like, I'm
Dude.
gonna stop saying it.
Swagger Jack. Talk about
Swacker.
I was gonna say something riders, but I'm not gonna say that because
I say swackers. It's called a swagger jacker, so we
Swagger
just
Jack.
swack.
There you go. Swag jack me off. There we go. Bro, what? Anyway.
It's all right, but it's just so funny. They're like, I'm not gonna say this, and then you like next sentence say something crazy.
Nice.
Like, just stay on brand, Liquid.
Chris, Disney classics or modern Pixar?
Modern Pixar.
Really?
Easy.
Disney classics. Let me ask again. Disney classics or modern Pixar? Why? I need some more. Give me some.
Yeah, because Pixar is a movie literally made for everyone. It doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your gender, it doesn't matter anything you are. These stories are universal, deep, without insisting upon itself. What they're doing at Pixar is something amazing that doesn't get enough credit. You watch the stories and I'm flabbergasted. Like, it's one of these things I'm just like, this is amazing. And I'm like, I'm a grown man and I'm just like like, if you weren't crying at the end of Chico, bro, you don't have a soul. When he's with his grandma.
Chico, which one? Coco?
Coco. I'm saying Chico. Coco. Sorry.
No.
Like at Coco, when it's at like the end and it's like, remember me, and this grandma that you met for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you meet her for like 10 seconds, and then when you see her again, because the story built so much to her, so when you see her again, she means so much more. And then you're having this moment on this character that you met that didn't matter, but when you see her again, it matters so much. And like that is just phenomenal storytelling.
Wow.
Like you went from not caring about someone that said nothing
Right.
to caring about this person the most. And you're like, please just remember. I need you to remember. We all need you to remember as an audience. And you almost feel like you're willing it into existence. And then she does. And it's just this beautiful moment. And it's so pure. It's fed with a couple words. And you're just, as an audience member, breathing it in. And you're just like, all you care about is this moment. It's so good on every conceivable level, and there was nothing. I just brought that moment alone, but there was nothing classic Disney. No, classic Disney did a lot of stuff to get. You wouldn't have Pixar without classics, so you gotta give respect. But if you want to put them in the head-to-head battle, it's not even close.
Wow. I was expecting you to say classic, and I'm so happy you went with. I would go with classic myself, but I love the detailed read. That's why you gave it. Thank you so much. Definitely, no, you made some great points, and I think you have a great argument. Like it's so funny because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, ooh, dude, classics all day, like no question. But now you're telling me, I'm like, that's a good point. So yeah, that's good stuff. Christina or Brittany?
What was you see? Okay, I am interested. Okay, because I'm a big fan of my secondary characters.
Okay.
And Christina Aguilera was always considered number 2 to Britney Spears.
Right.
So I always went Christina.
Oh, Christina.
So I'm a Christina boy. You gotta rub me the right way, honey.
Chris, how
What about you?
familiar?
What about you? Hold on. Before we do, what about you?
I'm gonna
Tina
go
or
with
Brittany?
Brittany, bro. I'm a basic snitch. I'm gonna go with I'm
Okay.
basic, dude. Like Brittany. It's Brittany. Like I just feel like she has those hits. Dun, 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 dun. Like that beat goes so hard. Like, but whatever.
Yeah, but Christina Aguilera is a better singer, hands down.
Okay, yeah, yes. I think they both are okay. I don't even think they're that great.
Oh,
Yeah,
I couldn't agree.
that's just
Britney Spears has her sound, but she can actually sing. Christina Aguilera sings like a son of a like the notes she can hit,
yeah.
insane. Like she's in a rare breed.
Chris, how familiar are you with the show Friends?
I would say on a power level scale, I'm like a 5 to 6.
So if I asked you were Ross and Rachel on a break, what would you say? Does that mean anything? If it
Out
doesn't
of a
mean
bitch.
doesn't mean
Yeah, I know
anything.
what it means, but
Okay.
now you're gonna ask me were they on a break?
Oh, were they on a break?
Thing is, real talk breaks are bullshit.
No, I agree. I completely agree. But go ahead. Oh, this is what a great question.
We're on a break. They were. Ross is a terrible human being. Don't get me wrong. You're not supposed to be banging someone out instantly.
Oh,
In real talk, if you broke up with your significant other and it hasn't been 24 hours and you are inside another human being, you are a terrible person. You're supposed to be sad.
now, okay, sure, but let's just say,
Sure.
cause cause I don't know if you remember correctly though, when
I'm remembering wrong.
Ross and Rachel were on the phone before that, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Mark who was in the background. Is that Mark? And she's like, wait, is that what? Oh no, I got it. And he hangs up. Now he was just there for
I don't
dinner.
remember that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, you see
Okay,
that?
never mind. I
A
take it
lot
all
of
back.
people don't, or they refuse to remember. But yeah,
You know what? I forgot about that. And
yeah,
there's I remember a friend of mine, her name is Erica, told me a lesson really early on in my life that I think you never mess with a heartbroken man. You do not know what he's capable of when a man is truly heartbroken because especially when you're younger, you're not emotionally intelligent.
sure,
You swing for the fences. You do too much.
right. I completely agree.
Okay, I take back what I said.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure, because yes,
it makes me want to watch some episodes again.
Oh, you should. It's so funny. Every time that episode comes up, me and Ani, we get at it. We're just because she's just like, Ross is a piece of shit, and how he, does this and that, and I'm just like, okay, hold on, all right.
Ross is a piece of shit, though.
Yeah, sure. But before we get into that, she had Mark over bringing dinner. Granted, they didn't do anything. I get that. But Ross is not thinking that. Like you said, he's a heartbroken man.
Yes.
He's out there. He's like, oh, she's like, no, it's not what you think. No, I got it. He hangs up. And I'm just like, oh, I know what he's going through.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been there. And you know what? I'm going to bang the next thing smoking. Right?
Now, I don't want to say the bang. I wouldn't say that's in your mind.
Right.
You're just like, I can't believe she did this to me. I thought I meant something to her, and now you're just sitting in anger. You're not even thinking about how you're gonna get this person back. That hasn't even entered the equation because you're hitting that wall of emotional heartbreak, and you don't know how to deal with it. Oh. And then if something comes smoking in, I'm like, bro, I'm about to tear this pussy up.
You see, I'm a little different. Yes, I'm like, you know what? How am I gonna get back at her? That's where I'm at. How am I gonna double down on this?
I don't think either of us are wrong.
No, I agree. I think so. I don't think so neither. But what a great question. There's more questions, but I'm gonna save them. We're already 32 minutes.
Come on, one more. I just want one more. I'm having a good time.
Because I love our Patreon so much, Chris. I'm gonna make an exception. I'm gonna give you all at home one more. Let's get a good one.
Oh man, I'm excited. They're great.
That's good. Maybe we should stay on par with Friends.
Well, if we're staying on Friends, then maybe we should stop.
Okay, then hold on. Then we won't.
Because we did end it on a high note, and if it doesn't hit us high, this is a good way to end it on. Let's just end it for now, because now I want more questions.
Okay, well, how about this? Let me at least do one more.
Okay, now you're excited. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go.
It may not hit as hard, but let me at least ask this. Last one. We'll make it easy. We're not gonna. Want to stop watching now? By all means, Chris. Out of all actors, out of all voice actors, who's the best Batman?
Oh, that's easy. Oh my god, I forget his name right now. But the best Batman period is oh damn, I'm forgetting his name.
I mean, no, I probably
know. I don't. Fuck. The voice actor for the Batman Adventures. Oh my god, I'm forgetting.
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy is by far the best Batman. Period.
Over Adam West, over Val Kilmer, over George Clooney, over Christian Bale, over Robert Pattinson. Hopefully, we'll be seeing that soon. Over Ben Affleck.
Because the thing is with Batman, you don't know. Okay. Problem actors have with Batman, is that they play either a phenomenal Batman or a phenomenal Bruce Wayne. So rarely do both do Bruce Wayne. I said his name right?
Got it.
Bruce Wayne. They so rarely do both really well. Kevin Conroy is the only person who played a great Batman and a great Bruce Wayne. Usually, you have a Batman and usually one lacks over the other. It's like George Clooney, for instance. Great Bruce Wayne. Terrible Batman.
Where would you fit Val Kilmer? Bruce Wayne, or is he a better?
Val Kilmer is like a 5 on both. He doesn't do one over the well. It's just serviceable.
Wow. What about Christian Bale?
Christian Bale is the closest competition.
Yeah, I would say so too. I think he does a better Batman than he does a Bruce
Batman. Yeah, but the problem with, and it's not even his fault, is that he just gets out-acted in his own movies.
No,
and it's not too. I like that he took such a bold thing with Batman and having the raspy voice and doing this because he wanted Batman to me. Yeah, he wanted Batman to be this monster, this entity, this tour de France, like this movement. Right. And then, but he does play a good Bruce Wayne, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, don't worry about it. I just bought the restaurant, and he's just fucking cool, and you believe that like Christian Bale can be that Batman playboy, bro.
Yeah, that lifestyle,
bro.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like he does that and he does it well. But I would say that Kevin Conroy does a better performance.
But
But
I think you're onto something. I think Kevin Conroy does a great Batman as well as a Bruce. We know him in the Arkham series, the Batman Arkham series, and gaming. He still knocks it out of the park. Him and the Joker, Mark Hamill. So yeah, no, I think that's a match made in heaven.
how lucky we got with both of those voice
Dude,
actors.
talk about a match made in heaven. Like
Oh my
wow.
god!
Like and
I hear,
unexpected
when I
too.
think Joker, I hear that voice.
It's so funny because it's unexpected. Because like I'm like somebody's like, oh, Mark Hamill plays Joker. I'm like, Luke Skywalker. Like I'm like, who? And then I'm like, holy crap. So yeah, no, I think you're onto something. I don't think that's crazy to say. I think you're right on the money.
I'm gonna say Mark Hamill has the best Joker laugh of all time.
Oh no, I'd 100%, 100. Who's got the worst laugh of all time?
Jared Leto.
Thank you. Yes, his.
But I don't. The thing is, it's bad, right? Okay, no, it's not bad. It's just the worst because it's haunting, and I like that the Joker is like that. Ah, and it's good when you have. Hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay. When you have moments of stillness, when like Batman or something says something, and then you hear the laugh off screen, it's really good. It's not versatile like other Joker laughs.
I hear it, and all I can hear is Jabberjaw or Curly from the Three Stooges. Nah, nah, nah. Like that's all I hear, and I'm just like, dude, Jared Leto, call it quits. You're not a good Joker. I'm sorry, you're not. He's not a good Joker.
I wouldn't say that much.
The worst Joker. He's the worst Joker.
Okay, but it's not his fault.
I don't know if you want to go down that road. Ani says the same thing.
Oh baby, we could go down that road, dog. You want to have this conversation? We never had a pop culture conversation.
What are you gonna blame it on? The director?
I'm gonna blame it on I'm gonna blame it on Warner Brothers. Is what I'm gonna blame it on.
Dude, at the end of the day, he decided
he had one movie to be the Joker, and it's like 2 or 3 scenes, not a fleshed out character. So, and then the movie Suicide Squad was chopped. Suicide Squad was the Suicide Squad movie.
The thing is that in those 2 scenes, we saw, in my opinion, the worst Joker of all time. Like, I think he was the worst. Like, I think Jared Leto's a phenomenal actor. I don't want to take anything away from Jared Leto.
Yeah,
he is a phenomenal actor. He just can't play Joker worth a shit.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you have okay. I'm gonna bring into something else, right? Okay. And I'm not trying to sidetrack it, but it's just like Star Wars and Revenge of the Sith. You had Natalie Portman, you have Samuel L. Jackson, good actors, but yet yield terrible performances. That's not their fault. That is direction, and that is the studio.
Okay. At the end of the day, though, who signed that contract? Who signs the contract?
See, but now we're getting into bigger things, Liquid.
Bigger at whatever you want to call it, bigger things, smaller things. I don't give a shit. The whole thing is that he signed the contract. He agreed to it. This is what he, what I'm saying. He decided
to play the Joker. The fashion that his performance is so unfortunately is out of his performance, and I think he really tried. And because when we saw in the Snyder cut in that extra thing, there was something there. When he was talking about Boy Wonder, and you think about Robin and how he could have just been who's supposed Jason Todd with the Red Hood?
Red Hood, yeah, Jason Todd.
Yeah, like he said, you sent a Boy Wonder to do that. Like, is he the Boy Wonder? But he doesn't consider himself that way. Is he multi-layered? Or like, did they do something different with the Joker that we just didn't get time to? It seems like there's a lot of meat into Jared Leto's Joker that we never got into.
All I know is that if I'm reading this... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought you were
going to say that these moments that we see the Joker are supposed to be built in, like getting to the Coco thing, where like these moments that we're having only matter because we've built and gotten to these moments. And with Jared Leto's Jokers, we got the third act without having the first and second.
I don't know. My whole thing is if I see a script and I'm like, oh, this is what Joker, or if I see even the idea, this is what Joker looks like, or if I'm reading that, oh, this is what he's gonna say in this area where he's like, oh, I'm gonna hurt you. Really? really bad. I'm like, okay, dude, call it quits. Like, I'm
dude,
sorry,
I liked it. I liked
no,
it.
yo, he signed on to it. That's just as much as his fault as anybody else's. I can't give him. I'm not gonna give him any free pass. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
We're not okay. Look, I disagree.
Sure, no, that's fine.
Look, I'm gonna say something crazy. I'm like they needed to do because Heath Ledger's Joker is just what it
Phenomenal.
is, right? I'm like, we're not gonna get into it.
It's a masterpiece.
But they needed to do something very different. They needed to. You couldn't do Heath Ledger Part 2.
No, I agree. I think they didn't do something different. I don't think Jabberjaw was one of them.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree.
Like don't get me wrong. I don't think you're making bad points. I don't think you're being like right. Could it be the writer's fault? Absolutely. Could it be the direction? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, the way I see it is he signed up for it. You know what I'm saying? He had to read the script in some way, shape, or form. Even if it was going to be cut to
You're 100% right that he read that script in one shape, way, or form. Yes.
And even if it was cut to shreds, I just feel like, dude, that script
definitely cut to shreds.
Right. But my whole thing is like, I'm sorry, if one portion of it is completely shit, what are the odds that a whole page or however much he's reading is not going to be completely shit?
That's not how stories work, Liquid.
Even if it's just, but because you're talking about stories,
you can't do that. That's not fair to the actor. That's not fair to the story you're telling. Think about it. Even Attack on Titan, my favorite anime of all time. If you get to for the people that know the absolute very end, if you just get that sliver of the end without all the previous, it doesn't make sense. You're like, what the hell is happening? Why is this happening? It doesn't. But none of it. There's no build up. Even the performances of the characters that are happening don't matter, and it doesn't make sense.
The thing is
that it's not fair.
But at the thing, I'm not complaining that it doesn't make sense. I'm not complaining that it's out of context. I'm complaining that it sucks. The delivery just completely sucks. I'm sorry. He just did a terrible job.
I think in context it matters. That's what.
I don't know. Maybe.
But with the context we never got. I'm arguing semantics. Be fair.
Oh, absolutely. But I gotta take a piss. I gotta take a piss. I'm happy we ended up with a disagreement. I know all this alcohol. I'm happy we ended it with a disagreement. I'm happy we ended up with one last question. So I know we're 43 minutes in. I do apologize if it went on too long, but I hope you enjoyed it. Chris, do you have anything left to say before we go?
Hashtag was wrong.
Damn, dude, I had a feel. I'm like, he's gonna say some stupid shit. It's gonna piss me off. Anyway, whatever. I love you guys. Thank you. Take care. Love each other, and above all else, be cool. We'll see you next week.